Have you ever felt like you're just reacting to life, bouncing from one urgent demand to the next, watching the days blur into weeks, and the weeks into months, without a clear sense of direction? It's a common feeling, this sense of being swept along by the current rather than steering your own ship. But what if there was another way? What if you could consciously, deliberately, and beautifully design the life you truly desire? Welcome to Visual Books. Today, we are exploring Living Forward, a proven plan to stop drifting and get the life you want, by Michael Hyatt and Daniel Harkavy. This isn't just another self-help book, it's a profound invitation, a compelling argument for intentionality, a practical blueprint for crafting a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. It's about moving from accidental living to purposeful living, creating a life that is truly yours. Let's embark on this transformative journey, chapter by chapter. We begin with Chapter 1, The Drift. This chapter lays bare the uncomfortable truth: most people are drifting through life. We make default decisions rather than deliberate ones. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself in a job you didn't quite choose, a relationship that just happened, or a financial situation that's more a consequence of inaction than conscious strategy? That's the drift. The authors masterfully illustrate this with examples like a river carrying a boat aimlessly downstream. Without a rudder, without a destination in mind, you'll simply end up wherever the current takes you. They emphasize the insidious nature of the drift. It's not always dramatic, often it's a slow, almost imperceptible slide into a life that doesn't quite fit, a life filled with regret for roads not taken, or choices not made. The core actionable advice here is simple yet powerful: recognize the drift. Acknowledge that you might be living reactively, and understand the profound cost of letting life unfold by accident. Moving from the problem, we delve into the solution with Chapter 2, The Design. If the drift is the problem, then design is the answer. This chapter introduces the powerful metaphor of life as a house. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, would you? You wouldn't just gather materials and start nailing things together, hoping for the best. No, you'd hire an architect, draw up detailed plans, and envision every room, every corner, every function. Why then do we approach our lives, our most precious possession, with less intentionality than we do a building? The authors argue that designing your life gives you clarity, purpose, and control. It prevents costly mistakes and ensures you're building something that truly serves you. They share compelling examples of individuals who have taken control, from successful entrepreneurs to ordinary people who decided to consciously shape their future. The actionable advice is to embrace the mindset of a life architect. Understand that your life can be designed, and that this design process is the key to unlocking your fullest potential and deepest satisfaction. Now, with the foundational concepts established, we move into the practical steps of Chapter 3, 3 Required Decisions. Before you even begin sketching your life plan, the authors assert that 3 crucial decisions must be made. These are not trivial choices, they are commitments that pave the way for real transformation. First, you must decide to stop drifting. This is a conscious declaration that you will no longer allow life to happen to you. Second, you must decide to create a life plan. This is a commitment to invest the time, energy, and introspection required to articulate your vision. It's about saying, yes, I will do this work. Third, you must decide to live your life plan. A plan gathering dust in a drawer is useless. This decision is about embracing the daily, weekly, and annual practices that bring your plan to life. The example often cited is of someone struggling with debt who finally decides to get serious about their finances. It's not just about wanting to be out of debt, it's deciding to act on that desire. The actionable advice is to pause right here and now, and mentally, or even verbally, make these 3 commitments. They are the prerequisites for everything that follows. Next, we dive deep into the very core of your being with Chapter 4, Your Why. This is perhaps one of the most critical chapters, echoing Simon Sinek's famous question. Before you can decide what to do, you must understand why you're doing it. Your why is your deeply held values, your core beliefs, your unwavering motivations. It's the engine that drives your life. The authors provide powerful examples of how understanding your why clarifies decisions and provides resilience in the face of challenges. If your why is family, then career choices will be viewed through that lens. If your why is contribution, then service will naturally become a priority. Without a clear why, even the most meticulously crafted plan can feel hollow or fall apart under pressure. The actionable advice is to spend significant time reflecting on your values. What truly matters to you? What principles guide your decisions? What do you stand for? Write these down, they form your compass. With your why established, we move to delineate the different territories of your life in. Chapter 5: Your Life Accounts. Just as a financial portfolio is divided into different accounts, your life is comprised of various domains that require your attention and investment. The authors suggest identifying these life accounts as distinct areas of your existence. Common examples include spiritual, relational, physical, professional, financial, intellectual, and avocational. The key idea is that you need to be intentional about all of them. Neglecting one account can have ripple effects throughout your entire life. Think of someone who excels professionally but whose marriage is crumbling, or someone incredibly fit but financially unstable. The actionable advice is to list out your specific life accounts, the distinct areas you want to invest in and develop. Customize this list to reflect your unique priorities and values. Now that you've identified your life accounts, it's time for a brutally honest assessment in Chapter 6: Your Current Reality. This chapter is about facing the truth, no sugarcoating, no excuses. For each life account you identified, you must objectively assess where you stand right now. How is your marriage truly doing, on a scale of 1 to 10? What is your current physical fitness level? What's the exact state of your finances? This isn't about judgment, it's about accurate data collection. The authors emphasize that you can't plot a course to a destination if you don't know your starting point. They often use the example of getting on a scale if you want to lose weight, or looking at your bank statement if you want to improve your finances. It might be uncomfortable, but it's essential. The actionable advice is to go through each of your life accounts and candidly describe its current state. What are the facts? What are the feelings? What's working, and what's not? This forms your baseline. With your why and current reality in hand, you're ready to dream big in. Chapter 7: Your Vision. This is where you paint the picture of your ideal future for each life account. If Chapter 6 was about what is, Chapter 7 is about what could be. The authors encourage you to cast off limitations and envision your ideal self and circumstances 5, 10, even 20 years from now. What does your marriage look like when it's thriving? What professional achievements have you celebrated? What does your physical health feel like at its peak? The key is to make it vivid, specific, and compelling. Use all your senses. They share examples of people who described their ideal day, their ideal relationships, their ideal impact, in rich detail. This vision isn't a rigid prediction, it's a magnetic North Star that guides your choices. The actionable advice is to dedicate time to journaling or brainstorming a detailed vision for each of your life accounts. Write it in the present tense, as if it's already happened, to make it feel real and achievable. Expanding on your personal vision, we look at the broader impact in Chapter 8: Your Legacy. This chapter challenges you to think beyond your own lifetime. What lasting impact do you want to make on the world? What do you want to be remembered for? Your legacy isn't just about wealth or fame, it's about the values you instilled, the lives you touched, the contributions you made. The authors provoke thought with questions like, what would you want people to say at your memorial? Or what kind of world do you want to leave behind? Thinking about your legacy provides a profound context for your present decisions. It shifts your perspective from short-term gratification to long-term significance. For example, a parent thinking about their legacy might prioritize spending quality time with their children, knowing that building strong character and memories is more valuable than any material inheritance. The actionable advice is to ponder your desired legacy. What kind of person do you want to have been? What mark do you want to leave on your family, your community, and the world? Let this ultimate vision inform your daily actions. Finally, we bring all these powerful elements together in Chapter 9, Your Life Plan. This is the culmination, the physical document that integrates your why, your life accounts, your current reality, your vision, and your legacy into one cohesive, actionable plan. The authors emphasize that the plan doesn't have to be a sprawling tome, it should be concise, clear, and inspiring. It includes your core values, your vision for each life account, and perhaps some overarching goals. The value is not just in the document itself, but in the rigorous, introspective process of creating it. It acts as your personal operating system, your strategic guide for navigating life's complexities. They provide examples of what a well-structured life plan looks like, often fitting on a single page or a few pages, making it easy to review. The actionable advice is to synthesize all the previous work into your personal life plan document. Make it accessible, refer to it regularly, and let it be your compass for decision-making. Having crafted your life plan, the journey now shifts to living it, starting with Chapter 10, Your Daily Rituals. A life plan, no matter how brilliant, means nothing without consistent action. This chapter focuses on translating your grand vision into daily habits and routines. The authors highlight the power of small, consistent actions that compound over time. Think of it like a river carving a canyon, not through one massive flood, but through the persistent flow of water day after day. Examples include establishing a morning routine that includes reviewing your plan, exercising, or dedicating time to your spiritual life. It could be blocking out time for deep work, or scheduling specific moments for connection with loved ones. These rituals are the scaffolding that supports your designed life. The actionable advice is to identify specific daily rituals that will move you forward in each of your life accounts. Start small, be consistent, and build momentum. To ensure you stay on track, we move to Chapter 11, Your Weekly Review. Life is dynamic, and your plan needs to be responsive. This chapter introduces the essential practice of a weekly review. This is dedicated time, perhaps an hour or two each week, to assess your progress, recalibrate your focus, and make necessary adjustments. During this review, you look at your life plan, see how you performed against your goals, celebrate successes, learn from setbacks, and plan your priorities for the coming week. The authors give the example of an athlete constantly checking their performance metrics and adjusting their training regimen. It's not about rigid adherence to a plan if circumstances change, but about intelligent adaptation. The actionable advice is to schedule a non-negotiable weekly review. Use this time to connect with your plan, assess your week, and plan your next steps, ensuring alignment with your long-term vision. Building on the weekly review, we zoom out for a broader perspective in Chapter 12, Your Annual Planning Session. While weekly reviews keep you on course, an annual planning session provides a more comprehensive, higher-level recalibration. This is a dedicated, perhaps even off-site, retreat-like experience to revisit your entire life plan. During this session, you might evaluate whether your why has evolved, reassess the health of your life accounts, refine your vision, and set new, ambitious goals for the year ahead. It's like taking your car in for a major service and inspection once a year, not just topping up the fluids. It allows for deeper reflection and a greater sense of renewal. Examples include couples who take an annual weekend getaway to plan their year together, or individuals who spend a full day in solitude, reviewing and refreshing their aspirations. The actionable advice is to commit to an annual planning session. Block out significant time to step away from the daily grind and reflect on your overall trajectory, making significant course corrections or setting bold new horizons. Finally, the journey of living forward is an ongoing one, as highlighted in Chapter 13, Your Most Important Question. The final chapter encapsulates the continuous nature of life design by posing what's next as the most important question. Living forward isn't a one-and-done event, it's a continuous process of growth, adaptation, and intentional creation. As you achieve goals, new desires emerge. As life circumstances shift, your plan may need adjustment. The authors emphasize that growth is inherent to human nature, and consciously asking what's next keeps you engaged, curious, and perpetually moving toward your fullest potential. They share stories of individuals who, even after achieving great success, continue to set new challenges and pursue new passions. It's about cultivating a mindset of continuous improvement and lifelong learning. The actionable advice is to embrace this question. Regularly ask yourself, given my plan, given my current progress, what is the next most impactful step I can take? And then, take it. Living forward is a powerful reminder that your life is not a random sequence of events, it's a masterpiece waiting to be designed. By embracing intentionality, understanding your why, mapping out your life accounts, envisioning your future, and then diligently translating that vision into daily practices and regular reviews, you can truly stop drifting and confidently steer your way to the life you've always dreamed of. Thank you for watching. If you found this summary helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Visual Books for more summaries, and share it with someone who would benefit.